Okay.
1, 2, 3 or whatever.
All right, Brother Chad, I just want to ask for your personal experience and observation of your soul's path. Who are you as a brother in Christ consciousness during this time on planet Earth?
I'm glad you asked, Mr. Too True. It's a very complex question to answer. And if you have the patience, I'd be glad to answer it. And half the answer is, I don't know. It rides on faith. Who I am in Christ is the most important question anyone could ask of another individual, because it gives the complexity of their truth. So if I had to answer that question, who I am in Christ is whatever He wants me to be at that particular time, to that particular person, in that particular place, in that particular scenario. So, like, I'm grounded in Christ right now. Maybe 2 hours after this phone call, I'll be crying to myself and loading up a bowl, praying to God to take away my pain and all that.
And that's the part you don't know. That's the part.
No, but the thing is, like, who I am in Christ is, let me say this, I hope you're recording this, because it's the answer comes in layers, just like the question. Who you are in Christ can only be what you know in Christ. You can only be in Christ what you have the capability to understand in Christ. Christ can only use you in Himself with what you're willing to sacrifice through yourself. So when you ask someone who they are in Christ, it's basically saying, how have you sacrificed yourself for accumulation in Christ's knowledge or this or that? And the thing is, it's really not accumulation or gain and knowledge of anything. It's basically saying to even just say you're just this little piece of a scab in Christ, this little piece of something, just this little piece of a scab on His arm that He might just want to itch, like just to be that is saying that you went against the grain, you went against the matrix. Because only someone who has went against the matrix, went against the realm of what the world is projecting them to be, only that kind of person could ever define that question. That kind of question can only be answered by people that have went the other way. And that question can be answered in many different ways. My answer could be different than this guy's answers or your answer or whatever. But the fundamental existence of it all equals truth. It can't be manipulated. It can't be fucked with. It can't be played. It can't be torn against. Now, the truth only works for truth. The real only works for real. But the false can be manipulated and used for all different ways, shapes, and forms. It can make you believe this, that, and this, and things that are wrong. But the truth can only make you believe the truth. And the biggest distortion in humanity right now is we all know who we are, but we feel that falls short of what we're supposed to be. We all have what it takes. We all have the fundamental understanding of the truth, but we also are exposed to the lies And we're also exposed to the ignorance and the drugs and the bullshit. So there's always this construct, this flux of, kind of like you said, duality. And I didn't even understand duality till you told it to me. And I really still don't understand it. And I think the most important thing a person can do in their life is to walk away from everything they ever known was truth and just go the other way for just 5 minutes or a day or 2 days or 3 days and just see what happens, And just prove to themselves that maybe, just maybe you know something more than the rest, But how could you know that unless you take a chance, unless you decide to prove something to yourself? Because if you're not proving anything to yourself, you're just accepting what they're giving you. And you are a product of their scheme. Vegas, the beach, California, Florida, yeah, we're all doing that shit. Yeah, why? That's what they tell us we're supposed to do. But if we really knew what was up, we'd just be, just chilling. Just chilling with my dog. Chilling with my Bigfoot. Yeah, I saw a Bigfoot. Oh, wow, it's a big deal. Oh, explain. No. Ain't no big deal at all. I saw a Bigfoot. Motherfucker sees me naked, they see a big dick. Ain't no big deal. I'm just saying, if I walked in my complete truth, people would be like, holy shit. Wow. Never thought he looked like that. And the girls would be like, I know. And then all of a sudden you're like, yeah, I saw a Bigfoot. And they're like, so did I. I saw one too. No, you didn't. I know. I'm going we're back and forth, but I hope you can catch what I'm saying. And then check this out. The biggest trick ever pulled on humanity, in my opinion, from what I've observed, is that sex. Like, everyone is just trying to find sex from someone. And they'll accept it from the least of people if they can't get it. And then all that does is just open up gateways of crazy shit. Because the last thing you ever want to bring into your life is a sex-ridden bitch. It will literally destroy you from the ground up. Like, I'm getting off on some weird shit here now, but listen, if you're real, here we go. If there's one thing I do know about this life, it's truth and avenues of truth that people can't get and can't find on their own. And I can find them because they speak to me. So you got to take control of your soul. You have to guard yourself from yourself. Negative spirits lurk around like fog. You have to strengthen your spirit to push out the negative vibes. When you have to live with other people, where the atmosphere is negative, just trust in your spirit. Your spirit will rise up against negative forces, who then will retreat from your initial area. But spiritual warfare is something you have to be aware of. You can do it. Show no weakness. Beat this. This ain't shit, whatever. The people trying to keep you down, they ain't shit. Stand firm during the storm. Endure the weather. Rise up in your victory. Believe. I used to wonder why. wonder when. I feel it. I finally realize no one can take it. I try to remain humble, but I know I have something. I don't expect others to understand. I just wait for it to happen. There is so much more that you can do when you believe that it's true. I'll say that again. There is so much more that you can do when you believe that it's true. Then there are times when nothing makes sense and everything is fucked up. No escape to another life in another place. At least not at the moment. Reality setting in that too much time has been wasted. I'm stuck in place while the traffic's passing me by. If money wasn't the primary objective of things, then I wonder what the primary function of the earth would be. Isn't it strange that there are so many people on the planet, but so few that reach a higher level? The majority of the population just resonates at such a low vibration, and they just seem to be okay with it too. The world seems to convince people that it's impossible to reach our dreams, so we don't even try or dare to take the chance. We just stay attached to our own fears and insecurities. What are they trying to hide from us? Why even hide it in the first place? There must be some component in life that determines the progression and ability to comprehend certain thoughts of self and universal knowledge. Hidden deep within us must be some library of knowledge. Maybe hidden messages that are meant for us to discover. Wait for us to find them. What if humanity is a spectator sport? Holy shit, I'm going to say that again. What if humanity is a spectator sport? Life seems so strange, and after we die, then a whole new something reveals itself to us. It's probably never ending, but how did all of this begin and set itself into such a strange order? Music separates time and is influenced by a person's thoughts and feelings. People seem to be drawn to music. It's everywhere, all the time. It's in cars, elevators, waiting rooms. I don't know what that word is I wrote. Restaurant, bars, spectating events, all that. And then, deep inside our minds is another world. It's kind of like a world inside of a world. Inside of a world again. We're kept unaware of our strengths in order for the powers that be to hold us down. If we were kept unaware of the truth, then there's always a degree of confusion that will exist. And out of confusion comes chaos. A world of people that don't even understand its purpose. So they just find themselves lost in the world and its ways and its lies. Oh shit, I'm trying to find a cigarette and I just spilled my fucking beer all over my fucking weed. Hold on. No, don't stop the thing. I'm just getting this piece of fabric out of this closet to mash down with my foot on top of this liquid that, because of its purpose in this universe, it floats on carpet, and I pick up this piece of fabric to soak it up, its purpose. Just like, I'm not even reading off my tablet anymore, but like, just like Christ spills our lives and then picks something up to put in there. And then we're like, who is this? What is this? And then, but the thing is, all that beer and everything spilled, but it went all around exactly where my shit was. But hold on. I was going to get the smoke, and then when I went to the worldly realm, and everything started going wrong. But here we go. I hope you're recording this, because I'm one of the weirdest motherfuckers on this earth. And Too True is one of the only people that I would ever reveal this to. But here we go. Now that I have my cigarette, and now that I have my foamy bush beer, now that I moved that bush beer out of the way, because here we go. Then I have to find one more thing. The piece of fire. The piece of fire that will light this thing. Hold on. And in order to do that, hold on. And then I'll go right back to it. Because I know you haven't watched it yet. I know you haven't. But you have to, man. You have to. You have to watch Donnie Darko. You have to. You just have to. I mean, you have to. But I found the flame. Here we go. I hope you're recording this. Here we go. Oh my gosh. This time, it was the same foot, but it was my pasta primavera that I knocked over. What the fuck is going on here? Okay, here we go. So here we go. Then, after all that, like, alright, here we go. Here we go. Alright, I'm going to another year. I'm grabbing a new notebook, but I hope you're recording this, because this is some shit that needs to be heard, because anytime I can go. So, you're getting material that can never be extracted from another human being in this realm of existence. Because there is no other human being extracting truth from my realm of existence. But here we go. Are you there? I don't know, but here we go. I could be talking to myself for a long time right now, I don't know. But then I was like, never lose hope in your dreams. Listen to your intuitions. Know that you have supreme intelligence from the universe. It's easy to think we don't, because they start to dull our senses and our connection to the universe and nature and all living things. They program us to their grid of existence and control, therefore weakening our inner strength and leaving us confused about our natural connection to all universal things and matter. We have power and strength beyond our knowledge, and way beyond the limitations they put on us and try to make us believe. One of the only ways they can control us is to make us believe we can't do amazing things, that we can't heal ourselves, teach ourselves, help ourselves, convincing us that we need them for everything, when in reality we need them for nothing. It's actually the opposite. They need us for everything. To fight their wars, produce their goods, manufacture their goods, spend money on desires that they install in our minds, their entertainment, and images and branding. They just have control over most of the population's minds. So they will continue to hold power until the number of minds that are free is more than the number of minds that are under the brainwashed trance of America. The more and more they begin to slowly take away our freedom and begin to enforce more restrictions and allowing the police to obstruct our rights, then hopefully people will start to organize, or at least realize the fact that this false reality is a fucking joke, and we are wasting our existence working towards nothing worthwhile, unless we are progressing in our own spiritual Christ knowledge. What defines love? What defines success? What defines happiness? What defines the meaning of life? What defines me? What defines you? What defines the truth? What defines our leaders? What defines what our leaders do? What defines worth? What defines value? What defines the confusion we're all going through? What defines pain? What defines heartache? What defines too late? What defines shame and guilt? What defines a lie? What defines the reasons why? How can I cry when inside I already died? Don't look at yourself too hard. You will find everything wrong with you if you do. Raise up or sit down. It's your choice. Just kicking around doing my own thing. These motherfuckers know I got more groove than Soul Train. Man, I just don't make no sense how the world can justify its wars and corrupt power. But yet I lose my freedom for smoking a fucking plant. I mean, what the fuck? One guy gets 25 to life for killing someone, and another guy gets a medal for killing one because he wore a uniform to do it?
Hmm.
Do you think God judges murder on the same scale? Either way it goes, one of God's creations was murdered. They give you just enough rope to do your own thing. And define yourself. And buy your stupid things. Fit into your styles. But just step out of line a little bit. And they take control. Complete control. They can find any reason. Drunk in public, open container, disturbing the police, speeding, parking tickets, late fees, fines, taxes, possession, intent to sell, and so on and so on. They make the damn rule. So where is this so-called freedom at? Everyone keeps talking about. It's not freedom if they control every fucking thing. 100 years ago, they told us to shit in separate bathrooms, according to our color. And we had to do it, or face bullshit, resistance. How is human, white or black or any race, as a mass population, how could this happen? We're at a point of revolution. Shit, man. We're all medicated, told to fit this mold. Everyone is bugging, man. The world is at a breaking/shifting point. There is no original molds anymore, except me and you. It's like they want us fixed on this one point. They don't want us to see beyond the horizon of truth and absolute reality. There really is no right or wrong way. We're only here for a little while, just trying to fix our little piece of consciousness. Life is so short, and we spend most of our time worrying and focusing on money and just trying to get by. I mean, I sit back and just look at the world and the people in it, and the people who are so-called in control, and it all just seems like a bunch of bullshit to me, though. I mean, what are they trying to hide? Why are we kept away from the truth? A whole world of people, and nobody knows what the fuck is going on. What we've been doing here. A whole world of people just trying to break free. The ones that pull the strings always remain behind the scenes. Lead the way. Start today. The only thing that can get us out of this. I'm about to blow your mind. The only thing that can get us out of this is what's inside of us. Living in the moment isn't quite the same. Memories of you. This is a song I wrote, flooding in my brain. Life just ain't the same. Moving forward isn't easy, but I know I will love again. Until then, your memory walks within. But then I was like, oh, I can't believe you're listening to me still. Fuck, man. I just want to die, dude. I really do. You know? Kind of crazy, but it's really not.
I feel like you should keep going if you got anything else, man. I think that's something we all need to hear because we all can relate.
Well, then, if you really want, I have...
This shit's going online
I have endless shit, dude.
We got 25 minutes right now, but we might as well do it 30 minutes and do another 4 minutes.
Well, here's the thing.
And this is nice, dude. This is great. The world needs to hear this stream. The world needs to feel this. Oh, dude.
Smoke a bowl. Listen to some public radio. Rewrite. Start tonight. Reunite with past passions. Rations of compassion stored up by the bundle. No wonder there's hunger. Bummer. The times we're living in. Impulse with sin. Instead of love and truth from within. We all get to choose until we lose. Our life and consciousness, don't let it slip. You forget for this. Oh no, you fought for this. Get a grip. Regain your strength. Plant new seeds. Forgive and forget. Move on to some new shit. Flammable. Oh great. I'm light. Light me up to him. That says, meantime, the present time. Rewind your mind inside. You'll try to find peace of mind, daytime to nighttime, anytime, the right time, aligned with the stars that shine on the divine. What does this meaning of a generation establish towards the progression of humanity? Something is blocking our ability to understand the meaning and abilities of the universe that surrounds us, keeping us confused, unaware of the truth and the available possibilities that we have at our disposal. If we know and understand everything that we are capable of, then there would be no need for their control and government agenda. They are everywhere all the time. I'm not sure how they do it, but trust me when I say, they're out there, man. Most people always get served since childhood. Few people ever are the ones serving, lacking the humbleness that is created from serving. Share love. Please, just share love. Get out of your head and thoughts and start to venture into your mind. Wellsprings of knowledge and truth exist in the caverns of the mind. Everything we think defines us. Most everything and the way we perceive ourselves is inaccurate. Mainly because we try to fit the molds of what the world portrays to us, instead of being who we are naturally and growing into our own spiritual molds as individuals. And then someone else told me, which is myself, that override your thoughts of fear inside. Conquer the visions on your horizon. Galaxy of unexpectation. Perceptions of visions create vibrations inside our minds. The force fields of existence push us towards our destinations. We are living inside a simulation that causes stimulation of the manifesting in false reality. They pull the strings. They create the scenes. We just mimic what we see. Try to vision breaking free. Use your own energy. push the negative away. Allow your soul to just go and grow in a compassionate nature. Walk the line of truth and understanding. Saturate the knowledge of wisdom. We are beings in human form, torn from our spiritual forms. I think lost in a world of confusion that's diluting our perception of spirit. Set free and allow yourself to be. Shine the inner light and guide your soul towards the realms of vibration of enlightenment and righteousness tones. Allow yourself to see the fields of joy. We all live a lie, down to the clothes we wear, down to the cars we drive. We trick ourselves into believing we are something better than the next person. It's all a global awareness and intersection of knowledge and wisdom, divine interventions, destiny manifested, ingested, then digested, leaving waste behind to blow within the caverns of thought, caught between two realities. The tug of war is weighing me thin, up and down, surrounded by confusion. Environment is polluted, waiting for the sensors to change and rearrange and bring better days. Time delayed, betrayed by the system. Learn their history, fear their legacy, play their game or be denied. Millions of dollars, but no one I know. And this is what it ends. Millions of dollars, but no one I know's got them. Millions of dollars, but no one's I know's got them. Millions of dollars, but no one's I know's got them. Millions of dollars, but no one's I know's got them. Pretty wild, huh?
That was awesome. It is awesome.
Millions of dollars, but nobody I know's got them. Think about that. Millions of dollars, but nobody I know's got them. Millions of dollars, but nobody I know's got them. Told you I'm a better writer than I'm a rapper.
No, man. You think I'm the best rapper. You just need to...
I have this vision of where I do these things like rappers, like
rap without a beat.
And I have a concert where all I do is this. I show up at a desk, and people pay to just hear me read out of my notebook. Instead of singing a song like you would do, that you have songs that you do, people would pay to listen to you sing your songs. Maybe people will listen to me to just say what I write.
Yes.
Like, I'll just sit down and it's an hour and a half concert, and I'm just gonna just read my shit for an hour and a half, and you like it or don't. I mean, you can do the same shit, man. I mean, I can rap, you can rap, but if you want to just sit down and just talk and write about it, you can just do the same shit too. But
bro, vice versa for both of us, right? Like, really?
So I said, like, Two True concert. How about this? Like,
now I know why you said what you said. Now I know why you said
break,
that.
You need your intermission? The old day intermission? Kid G comes out and just starts fucking...
I want you to rap, bro, because like, I got this recorded. It's going to go out to people. People are going to appreciate it, bro. We need to hear wisdom.
One thing I want that the most. I want my shit to get out there.
I'm putting it out on my channel. We need.
I don't care. I put that shit everywhere.
These conversations, this kind. Look, you're talking so far beyond the surface. It's what people need, because there's too many surface. There's too many surface. There's too many surface. There's too much. No. You earned it. You've earned it, dude. It's a valuable gem. It's a valuable gem that you proved to me you have a lot of. Like, you have such an old soul attribute that just you speaking may be the difference. Maybe the difference maybe the difference in someone walking out that theater, killing themselves and being revitalized in Christ consciousness would be the difference of you not doing a show and doing one potentially. And I know that's more than potential. All right, everybody comment on this YouTube video. Hey, everybody comment on this YouTube video. If you think you felt something real from Chad, then you need to put something down there, because I know I did, and I know you guys know what's going on. That was some real zeros and ones, man. We were rewriting the Matrix with that. You brought so much peace. There's so much peace coming from that. There's so much peace from that. Wow. Yeah. No, this is going to be online, bro. That's going to be known. It's going on my Facebook. What do you want? Yep. We're still live right now. What do you want me to put for your name on here? Just first name? We're still live. Keep that in mind in case you want to be private. Do you got a rap name? Do you got a...
Chad, but to me that sounds just so, I want to call myself
you need something to hit you.
I don't know, man. I don't know what I am, because this thing, I don't know what to call myself, because I don't even know what the fuck I am, what I am really. I just know I get these transmissions. And
have you ever thought of a rap alias? Have you ever thought of another name for music? Verbose was kind of neat, but I guess that's kind of probably not so easy off the, just saying it. But I think it's kind of neat. I don't know.
Kind of neat, but I'm just thinking something
One True.
Well, check this out.
One True.
What about this? What if it was the dude that didn't have a name?
That's fine.
Who is this guy? That would make no sense though. But
because I'm gonna put Two True interviews or ask questions regarding conscious awareness to... Okay, that's what I'm putting. No, that's what I'm putting. That's answered. That's it. No, that's it.
I know it's a number, but it's saying, so what's your name? It's 111 is, I'm telling you, that's my shit, dude. That's my spiritual name, dude. I mean, I can't be nothing else. I'm 111. That's what I've always been, dude.
How do we want it? We'll end this at 40. We'll end this at 40 minutes. We have 3 minutes right now. So if we want to do anything for last thoughts for this first episode of Two True and Conscious Wave Talks, if we got anything else we want to end it on.
And I want to say this.
A Two True and 111. This is Two True and 111, bro.
I want you to ask me something. Put me on the spot with something.
Okay.
That I could just roll on. What is a supernatural question? What is something?
Well, we have 3 minutes, so
unorthodox.
Let's see.
You could ask me that I could explain about myself. That I could show these people the truth about me. That I'm
okay. All right, let's do this. Fuck it. This is going to be probably an hour video, and that's okay, because I listen to lectures all the time. People need to up their attention span. All right, so here we go. Yeah, I know, but I'm putting the whole thing out, bro. No, the whole thing. No, bro. No, the whole video, bro. Because if somebody else that's a fan of what we're doing wants to do that, let them do that. I'm putting the whole thing out, bro. Because as we catch the attention of helping the masses wake up, not in an ego star sense, but in the sense of, old souls have wisdom, man, and wisdom needs to be listened to. We've heard all the clever shit. We've heard all the clever comedies. We've heard the cunning of war. We've heard the cunning of, we can go in and overthrow other countries. We can still get our pipelines through if we really want. We can do another world war. We can blow up half the planet. It's kind of cool and clever in a dumb sense, but in a wise sense, we're having conversations that bring a different timeline. With this conversation, this very conversation is interweaving. No, the world peace. We need world peace, and there's a lot of it. So you think of it, they structured it. Let's just say our collective consciousness has structured a competitive system, and so thus it's going to imprint on everything. Even when we tried not to, we're still getting some of the competition off us because we've been in it so long and so many probably lifetimes as a human people have been. So we are actually at this conversation having the same kind of vibrational meditation moments that I have that can contact the galactics. That's how galactic this conversation is, bro.
Because they steal. This is going to blow your mind again, bro. I hope you're recording this.
Oh, yeah.
This is one of my favorite things. I love to say
Oh, this is the next topic. This is the next topic.
I stole it off the Sublime album when he was in Raleigh.
Mm-hmm.
And while it's going on, he's like, I hope you're recording this. And
No, I am, bro.
here's what it is. They use us for their agenda. They let us reveal just enough truth to the masses to let them know the truth. But they're also aware that these people will never sacrifice their existence for the truth. They will take their Gucci, their Reeboks, their Nike over the truth every fucking time. And they know that. So, yeah, we're a threat only to the people that perceive us as threats. Like,
true.
And to take that to another level is mind control does not work on us. And that's why we're targeted. Why does everything we do, this motherfucker finds victory in? Why does everything we do, yeah, he might hurt you, but because kind of goes back to what you said in the beginning. Awareness. Once you have this awareness, they cannot fuck with you. They can, trust me. Let me tell you this, and this could go on for a whole other subject matter, but, and I'm one person here to tell you, let me tell you, brother, yes, they can fuck with you. And you can play games with them. I've played games with them where, like, when I was in the VA, and they knew about this shit, they were working it on me. They were asking about, what are different forms of communication? People are like, verbal, this. And I said, what about symbolism? I said, what about symbols? Unspoken word. Well, you don't even have to speak, but you can communicate to project a certain action to someone else or this. Everyone just got quiet. And then I said this. Every time I do that, I said, hey, man. I said, if I said something wrong that makes anyone feel negative about me, I said, I'm here just like you. I'm hurting. But I knew they weren't. They were all, dude, I'll tell you this. This is how deep I am into it. I checked myself into a fucking VA fucking rehab for my PTSD, a veteran hospital in Muskogee, Oklahoma, right? You can believe this or not, but every motherfucker there was an actor, was a fucking actor. Everyone, I can call them out, and I know it. I can see it. I feel it. It breathes inside of them. And they literally had to pull people in. People got paid to make my reality seem like it was real. When the whole time I knew it was false. Even my roommate was like, I told him, I said, I knew they were recording us and everything, and oh man, it just gets so deep. It gets so deep, dude. Like they gave him one of these Google watches or whatever. I said, you didn't have that yesterday? He's like, yeah. He covered up, went in the bathroom and turned on the water, but like I told him, I said, these motherfuckers, it ain't like the old days. You can turn on the water, you can light up a fucking gosh damn fucking something that penetrates concrete in your living room, and they'll still hear what you're saying. Like you're not getting around this. Don't fool yourself. He told me about the feds that hide in the woods with those mirror suits. Like, I'm telling you, this is no bullshit. If you're deep enough on the target list, you'll know you are, because for one, when you live in an apartment or a house, you'll never have a window that does not face woods. And these people have these suits. And these suits are made of mirror reflective material.
I've seen that shit, yo. I've seen that technology.
You wear camouflage, right? To camouflage in. You don't have to wear camouflage no more. The suit you're wearing is reflective fucking material, and you are reflecting the environment around you. Like, these motherfuckers, I was running away from police in the 90s, and I climbed in a tree, and I was sitting there. And these motherfuckers, I'm going to get the other phone. I was literally 2 fucking feet hanging onto a fucking tree limb like a monkey, like hands and legs and shit. And the motherfucker did not know I was there. I did not move. And I swear, it took like 2 hours. Dude, you want to tell me I don't have strength? I hung like a monkey for 2 fucking hours, dog. And they never saw me. They were right under my fucking nose, dude. Hold on. But now I feel like I'm drifting off, so lead me back to where we're going. Lead me back.
Yeah, no. So that was touching on being targeted, and I think a lot of us are aware now that they probably heard of somebody, or so. Well, no, I think it's definitely the good thing is the awareness is getting out there. It's slowly but surely, incrementally. But I think going back on the conversations we're having.
I think they direct the knowledge to the
This is how it seems. Like you obviously have an elite, you have the industrialists, you have those that have most of the power, the banking system, you have those at the top of the banking system. And so they've trickled down the competitive vibe. And conversations like this are alternative. This is a cooperative, operative unification of conscious expansion. And that is the same stuff, like I was saying, that also let you know you have galactic neighbors, that the elites purposely pulled the truth embargo on the masses. And this is multi-layered, because if you, for one, expose the fact that there are ETs, think about this. Okay, yes, there are galactics, there are neighbors, there are other humans in God's universe. Ooh, okay, well, the lot comes with that, because first of all, that same structure or that same power that's talking is then saying, well, you kept it from us so long. Okay, that's not the biggest pill to swallow. Here's the big pill to swallow. If they're still drunk on their power control, like me and you don't even see millions, these motherfuckers print trillions. So who is above the trillions, the ones printing it? They haven't totally got off the same control, or maybe they're starting to, because they haven't altered the frequency of what they're doing, right? So I guess what I'm trying to say is, through these conversations and through just doing a video like this, we're altering the very fabric that helps them then change for their soul's advancement and experience at this time. And the multi-layer comes in. The multi-layer comes in like this. It's like this. Once the ETs, okay, they've been showing us, like I think it's Seth Rogen, that funny comedy with the movie with the Gray. Let me keep going. The comedy movie with the Gray, they dropped real knowledge when they had this scene, and the Gray was talking about having connects with the military, this and that, and this is true. The Roswell wasn't a weather balloon first; it was a saucer, then a weather balloon. So, yeah. So what happened is, yeah.
I told you this, and I don't think you remember. I'm prior military. You can look this up. 509 Bomb Wing, Whiteman Air Force Base, Missouri. It's where the stealth bomber is. But I was there in 1993 before the stealth bomber got there, and it was the 351st Missile Wing. Now, a lot of people don't know this. I was part of the 509 Bomb Wing. 509 Bomb Wing came to Whiteman Air Force Base, Missouri with the stealth bomber, but it transferred from Roswell, New Mexico. The 509 Bomb Wing, which I was a part of, even though I was just a cook, was the same bomb wing that was in Roswell, New Mexico. They transferred Roswell, New Mexico to Whiteman Air Force Base, Missouri. It's all on Google. You can look this up. This is factual knowledge out there for anyone. And but this is factual knowledge too, but this isn't something, I challenge you to find someone else. I was a part of the 509 Bomb Wing, Roswell, New Mexico. United States Air Force, 1994 to 1998. I used to cook flight meals for the V-2 stealth bombers. Like, we'd be in the dorm room, sometimes 2, 3 in the morning. You had to wear a pager if you're on call. You're thinking you're just a cook. They'd be like, they're sending out the Spirit of Missouri. The B-2 stealth bombers, Spirit of Missouri, Spirit of Nebraska, shit. We need 5 flight meals. So I'd have to get out of my dorm, go to the fucking flight kitchen, make fucking usually it's just like ham and cheese, potato salad, just something they could eat, the flight meal. And I had to make those. And I was always incoherent with the firemen on there and everything, but like, I swear to you, you can look this up online. 509 Bomb Wing is Roswell, New Mexico. 509 Bomb Wing is Whiteman Air Force Base, Missouri, where the stealth bomber is. I was in the military. I was part of the 509 Bomb Wing, dog. I went to Saudi Arabia, I went to Germany, I went to Italy, I went to Guantanamo Bay. I went to all these weird places because I was going to places because I was part of the 509 Bomb Wing. I wasn't part of a regular bomb wing, dude. Like, this, I swear to God on my life, I'm not joking, lying to you. Like, you have my name. You can look up my Facebook, and I can tell you all my friends that I was in the military with that are on my friends list, and it should show you that I was in New Orleans, and it should show you everything to know this is real. Like, dude, I told you somebody hacked my shit. I can't get on my Facebook page. Somebody hacked my shit. Somebody's even posting shit.
So maybe you can help.
I got this thing from a wounded warrior vet that I was in fucking Seattle with. It was asking me about some shit that I posted, and I was like, I didn't post that. I said, somebody's hacked my shit, man. I can't. I haven't been able to get on Facebook in like a year. Somebody hacked my whole page, dude. Like, it's gross. Like, I wish I could get back on it again just to delete it, but don't even know how to do that.
So I think a great.
Did you look at my page though?
I will, but since we're still on this video thing, I think a great thing to say, because there's going to be a lot of people that get to hear this, and it's a great conversation because it has substance. It has. Speaking of this brother, this brother of Christ being a cook. This brother of Christ is also cooking soul food on this conversation for all of us. And the thing about it is, it's multi-layered of why they kept the ET thing from us, because from my knowledge, from what I've gathered intuitively and through other channels, is that the multi-layer is, once they let us know that there's some galactics or you know, that there are other people, there are other planets, other forms of men and human, then you also by default are exposing that technology and that 0 point tech. And at the same time, you're exposing that they have ascended and have better methods and wisdom if we were willing to receive it. But the truth embargo kept it to where the elites would decide to deal with whatever ETs they decided and shove off the ones they decided and not have any mass public conscious, hearing
exactly right about that.
So what has happened now? Where's the bridge to be gapped here? The gap to be bridged is basically is like this. Some people are still out there and they're like, there's just no way. There's no way. Well, if you can meditate, if you can go to a spot in your soul, a song that brings Christ's core energy to where you turn into an antenna for the higher vibrations, these brothers recognize the Christ consciousness, because had they not achieved it on their planet, they couldn't have developed such beautiful technology of clean purity. And the reason everything's happened the way it is now is because we also should thank the bad dark ETs for dealing with some of our humans, because without that polarity, we wouldn't have got the other polarity of the light, because Earth is a free will zone. Earth is a free will zone. Therefore, it can be left alone. But here's what got interesting. Yeah, but it borders on the Galactic Federation, and now we are now spacefaring, and we're nuke-toting, and we nuke ourselves. What would we do to someone else? So it becomes their business, and they've declared a state of an emergency for the human race on planet Gaia, because and just like you were saying about the Matrix, that the old energy controllers, which is the other end of the polarity dance, it really isn't so spooky as it used to be, because when you see the light brigade, when you see the light brigade show up above your head, and you feel so much magnetism from the earth of your body, your soul, you know that these are they're brothers and sisters in Christ consciousness. You can't, like you said with the songs, you can't fake that. And then when I have these sightings, and this is for everybody to clear it up, when I have these sightings, It's not just me. 9 out of 10 times there will then be military vessel in the area like that. So
Not even that, not even military, nature.
everything gathers.
The first thing that happens every time that they contacted those bigfoots up there and shit like that, it was supernatural activity in the natural environment. Like, I mean, hawks, like birds. There was just supernatural activity from animalistic forms.
Yes.
Like, it was almost like they were aware that.
And they're probably,
or something.
yes.
Like, I'll tell you, like.
They're probably also, their energy is probably, but let's stay, yeah. I know. Well, let's stay on the galactics, because I don't want to go too far off too quick, because this is a big part of Dr. Stephen Greer, part of the Disclosure Project, is one of the leading civilian leaders of the Disclosure. And he had been briefed by the head of the CIA when Bill Clinton was in office. And he couldn't believe that they were coming to him. They were like, why are you, after they had some great conversations, and then he had to excuse his family because they got into the topic and got deep, and they said, well, Bill doesn't want to end up like Jack Kennedy, because he was wondering why. That's when he excused the family and he got down to some nitty gritty stuff. And it comes out that a president is almost just, man, on the next level of things. A president can be great, but usually a president is just present because of the powers that be have coordinated. So not all the time, but a lot of the time that happens. So, but Bill Clinton genuinely wanted to know about the ET phenomenon. The head of the CIA at the time reached out to Dr. Stephen Greer. He conversed about it, and they said, doctor, you got to do this. And he was like, what? Like, what do you mean? He goes, he doesn't want to end up like Jack Kennedy, because Jack didn't just, John, I like to call him John. John didn't just do one thing. It was multi-layered, and the galactics recognized his light energy. And they recognized his light work on planet Earth, and I bet they got films of the assassination of the grassy knoll when they start the landings, when the human population knows, oh, this is happening. Well, let's just stay on one thing right now, just so the audience don't get lost, because, think about it. Just grasping the fact that we're not alone in the universe, that someone's sitting there right now going like, get the fuck out of here. Why would you, of all people? And that is the same limited doubt that would stop you from going out and seeing them yourself. Because
they want to limit the truth that we're speaking, and they want to limit the truth that we're providing. But they will stand and defend the lie all day long.
Thank you. And hey,
they will defend the lie all day long. They will stand up and defend the lie, and never hold any accountability to the truth. And I'm like, it's like I said, I don't know why or how all these things happen to manifest, but I know that there is a deeper, bigger reason. And all these things are just small little scenarios that lead us to the greater truth. But, like, all these things that lead you there, they're going to try to suppress, no matter what. So, like, the one thing I want to say to truth seekers is this: like, expect resistance. Expect people to tell you you're full of shit, because your only option is to believe what they're saying. So it's like, okay, if you want to believe what they're saying, then follow their lead. Go down their path. And what do you find there? Exactly. So what I'm saying is, like,
and can I say something?
I don't say it except this way, but I know that there are realms of existence that truly exist that are beyond our realms of understanding. I can guarantee you that.
And not only that, but even on the mainstream news recently, and I put on my Facebook, Joseph Lamb is like,
oh, now you're going to make me laugh. Mainstream news.
No. This is when you know it gets real. When mainstream,
about me?
No, bro, when mainstream, mainstream news, Carlson Tucker, bro, and all of them, all the mainstream outlets, in 2015 have really slowly, even the elite, media outlets or whatever, are coming up with the truth. Like it's like right behind the old souls, because the old souls are setting the new narrative, not the elites, right? Because what really rules in a world of truth is wisdom, not clever wit and deceit. So what I'm saying is to help convince those listeners and those truth seekers is that even the mainstream news had released Pentagon footage of one of their two of their fighter jets trying to keep up with one of these orbs. And Carlson Tucker, you can tell, is truly not in the know. This dude is like, this is like the biggest story of my life. And he goes, what's the department? He goes, what's the DOD saying about this? And the former DOD employee, which you could tell he wasn't high up, was saying, he was like, I don't know, they won't respond. And of course the answer is clear to us this far in the game, is that it's known in the upper echelons of the Department of Defense. It's known in the upper echelons of the elite class. And that is what we're trying to tell the mass people, that you don't have to believe me. If you could find it in your soul to generate the electromagnetic field and pulse upward on the upward chakras and connect all the chakras to Mother Earth and Gaia, when the right time happens, the galactics will say hi. And the only reason they're here is just as like spiritual parents to help guide, but they cannot do our homework for us. They're not going to sit here and land and then just take our hand and do it, because then we'd skip some of the evolutionary steps that we need. So everything's perfect timing. And one thing I will say, just to let everyone relax a little bit, this World War III thing, I really feel in my heart is not going to happen. The potentials were there, but we've shifted it. And when you got military personnel, and not only this, listen, when you got military personnel, yeah, in a way it kind of already started, but in a way it didn't go the crazy way I think the elites wanted. But even if they try to launch, I want to just say this, we're already an hour in, but even if this is something just to know, angelic from the angelic realms, no matter how it manifests or what the name is behind it, but there are angelic energy, 5D conscious beings and beyond, helping the ascension, helping the human race, because we kind of been a little taken advantage of, sitting out here in a blue ball, and somebody, dark ETs can come in and start doing their thing. It's real simple, really, when you think about it. We're kind of out here on the skirts of the Milky Way. But by the grace of that polarity, it welcomed in the light. The dark gets another piece of the light in the dance. The light gets lighter. Dark lightens up a little more, because everyone is light. It's just how much dimness or how much brightness. And that's the way I look at it. That's the way I think even I'm not saying I want to go around a gray alien tonight that has no emotion, but I even think a gray alien, I could give them a piece of soul and they could be like, okay, yeah, you get it now, right, bro? It's like, it's not about like Henry Kissinger was saying, like the elderly are and I quote me if I'm wrong, or don't quote me, but I mean, I believe Henry Kissinger said at one point that he looks as the elders as useless eaters, and that was the mind frame. And that was the mind frame of the. Well, give me 1 second. That was the mind frame of the upper echelons. But listen, that was the mind.
Right. Everything you say is exactly right. Stop listening to this shit. What if they're wrong? Then where do you stand?
Who's wrong?
Then what do you say? What if everything you said about them was wrong? Then where do you stand and what do you say?
If I'm wrong,
no, I'm talking about not you're wrong.
Oh.
You're talking about all that. What if that's wrong? Then what?
What the upper echelons doing?
I'm not saying you're wrong, because you're right. But I'm saying, what if they're wrong? This whole, like you said, let me remind you of something. Let me take you deeper here, man. And I'm not meaning anything negative or anything. I just want to open your mind to something. We're talking about Kissinger, and we're talking about all these things like that. And I said, who's in your Kissinger, right? The reason I said it is because we don't know. We don't get to talk to those people. So it's beyond that. Like, it's what it is this. It's you. It's you, dog. It's your beacon of activity. It's your beacon of truth. It's your beacon of what you know. It's you. You have the knowledge. You have the history. You have the understanding. You have it. You have it. They can't take it away from you. Now, let me ask you this. What is the true being of existence? Fuck Henry Kissinger. Fuck all those coin terms that we've been told and all this and what we know. How about this? How about knowing who you are and still fighting to it? How about knowing who you are and every day they try to kill you? And when I say kill you, doesn't mean kill my flesh. It means kill my spirit, kill my vibe, kill my... Every day they're trying to kill me, whatever I do. Whether it's a vibe, whether it's this, they're trying to kill it. They're trying to kill it. And most of the time they do. They do. I have to give them credit. Like, they do. Because, like, I'll wake up and I'll be like, alright, no noise, all this bullshit. I'm like, no, fuck it. I'm not gonna let this silent. Hey, what's up, people? We're Joy's like, turn on the radio, it's Saturday. I'm just trying to get people hyped. But the people around me are going, lame, idiot, stupid ass. So I'm like, so it kills it. Yeah, it kills it. It kills it. It kills it because, I'll tell you why. It's the power of agreement. When people disagree with you, it causes a conflict in structure. And here's the thing, though. Most of the reason these people disagree with us is because... The only reason I can say this is because I've been so deep in it and I know. They're getting paid, dog. Like, they're getting paid to... Look, I'm going to tell you something. I hope you're recording this.
We're an hour in.
That's my trademark. I hope you're recording this.
111.
The only way you truly know you're listening to a Chit G recording is if you hear Chit G say, I hope you're recording this. Because no one can say it like me. I hope you're recording. Dude, I was homeless underneath Brooklyn Dodger baseball stadium. I had a guitar that I loved. The guy that was in my fucking truck with me that I was taking him to Mexico to flee the authorities. This was back in like 1998. I took him to Tijuana. I pawned my guitar. I slept homeless underneath Brooklyn Dodger Stadium. Pawned my guitar in. And this motherfucker was so weak, we had nothing to eat. And I walked into a fucking... I swear to God, it's true. I walked into a fucking grocery store in fucking... I was going to say Bronx, New York, but Bronx, L.A. And I shoplifted some fucking candy bars and a couple fucking pastrami's on rye. And I went back out and I said, eat up, motherfucker. Bitch. You know, this has been a friend of mine since forever. And I had been in Missouri with him. And I was running game there, and I let come to Tulsa. And I was running game here, and he shows up on my front porch. And he's like, fucking feds are after me, this and that. And I was like, well, what do you want me to do? He's like, can you help me? I said, I got about $10,000 in my account. I said, I'll put in a 2-week vacation and then tell him I might be back or not. And I said, we'll go, where do you want to go? He goes, Mexico. I said, we'll go to Tijuana tomorrow. This, like you said, Tupac wrote a song about it. You never had a friend like me. I promise you ain't never had a friend like me. I swear to God, you never had a friend like me. So I said, let's do it. my tag was expired. I fucking ripped off another tag from a fucking dude next to me. He told me I could. I took his. I was the main weed dealer in the fucking complex. I was the maintenance man. I was the porter, the one that picked up the trash, and the maintenance man was my supplier. And then whenever I have a shipment come in, I'd be picking up trash in my bucket, and he'd show up in his car and be like, "Bloop," drop a Walmart bag in my bucket. Usually it was a half pound to a pound. And I'd sell it throughout the month to all the people. My house is like a party house. It's so much this. I come up with this invention too. I tell you, I make money on. I come up with an invention for a lighter for a party house. One thing, I had this awesome bong, and everyone needed a lighter to light this bong. And I after a while, my lighters come up missing. And I said, fuck this. I took a shoestring. I took either a shoestring or I go to the fucking hardware store and I get like 2 feet of fucking, not yarn, but that fucking rope yarn, whatever. And I would tie it around my lighter, duct tape that motherfucker like 10 times, and then I would duct tape it and tie it to my fucking, the corner of the table chair of my dining room table. So anyone that come over, they could use my lighter. But you weren't walking away with it. It was staying there. and I became famous over this. And like people were like, I don't know, the guy with the lighter, like, oh yeah. Like, and so I was like talking about the sandwiches, like, I'm sitting out here and I'm thinking like, because all I'm thinking about, honestly, and I won't be recording this, is how can I come up with financial income to produce this 2 True album? And I come up with one thing, man. I live in the hood in the projects. Every time I go out, they're throwing 2 things the motherfuckers asking for is this. You got a joint? You got something to eat? And I thought, what if I just made up 50 ham and cheese sandwiches and 50 peanut butter and jellies and 50 in bologna and cheese? That's 150 sandwiches. If I charge $1 a piece, it's $150. And I just said, look, you're hungry, whatever. Look, dude, $1, bro. I got you. Like, whatever. And beyond that, I even told you, like, if you want to go $5, I can make you a 4-egg omelet, a burger, a Frito chili pie. I mean, I just went down a list of shit I can do in the instant. And, oh, dude, I just want to tell you, like, because I know this is recording, like, I know this is a real Liverpool production. And, I have, everything that I'm saying is truthful and accurate. And there is not one thing that I've said has ever been a lie outside my mouth. And there's no way I can prove that except I could give you numbers, addresses, and ways to get in touch with these people that know I've done this, and they would definitely talk to you like, oh, if we're recording this is something we should do. I think I'm going to go in there and wake up my old lady and say, remember we were in Seattle? Or like, dude, I was in, let me tell you the real story. Want to know you're a real soldier in Christ? Oh, let me tell you something. When you're down to your last barrel of energy, you'll know you're a real soldier in Christ because real soldiers of Christ show up inside your environment that you didn't even know. And I was living in the motel right in Seattle, Washington, and I was running a lot of dope. Everything went south.
30 seconds.
People followed me there, the ones I'm living with now, man. And they were like, well, we got to get back to Tulsa. And I said, I know. I said, fuck, man, we're in Seattle. I said, how the fuck are we going to get back to Tulsa? And I had enough money to get us to the Greyhound station, you know? So we caught the city bus, and we had our suitcases and shit, like, you know, I told them then, I said, even when she left with me, I said, you're going to go through something you never experienced in your life, so get ready. And I said, get rid of everything you possibly don't give a fuck about except what you own. And they had a lot more shit, but, you know, I'm a soldier in Christ, so I just carried their shit. I just had a backpack. So we sit at the bus station. City bus comes. First off, he's like, I can't take all that fucking luggage on here. And I was like, fuck you, bitch. I said, you get a fucking hourly wage. We're fucking citizens of the fucking public. You can do whatever the fuck comes your way. So we're putting this shit on the fucking thing. We're going to ground station. And he's like, I swear to God, I said that. And it was like, yeah, come on, get your shit on. Because you'll be amazed how many people just bow down to you when you really let them know that you're not afraid, you know the facts. So then we get down there, right? Here's the thing. That was just the beginning of it. We lived in that fucking Greyhound station for 2 days. 2 days I was going downtown, the VA, people were convinced I was on meth or drugs and they didn't want to give me the money. Finally, after 2.5 days, man, I'm not even joking, this motherfucker looked like Predator. Didn't even look like a real human being, dude. He said, if you talk to Miss, well, I can't even remember, Miss, what's her name? I said, no, who's she? How do you know about her? He said, I know things that most people don't. Kind of like when I'm talking about you. And he said, get a pen and paper from the fucking dude there. And I did. And he wrote down. And I said, what do I do? And he said, you go there. And you fucking talk to her. And you just tell her the truth. And I did. She denied me, right? But she gave me another number. Then I go back to the Greyhound station. We stay another night. And I get on the phone the next day and I called the number and I said, I'm not no druggie. I ain't no fucking alcoholic. I ain't no bullshit like that. I said, I'm just in a fucked up situation and I got people on my side that are depending on me and we're trying to get back to Oklahoma. And I said, I can pay you back when I get there. Easily. No problem. But I said, I'm fucked. And I just spit it out, and they said, all right, hold on, I'll be there in 15 minutes. Downtown Seattle was like, I'm about to cry because it's the most amazing place you'll ever fucking go in your life, dude, if you're searching for spirituality, because I can't tell you. You got to find out for yourself. But I went, and then I go and I talk to this lady, and she goes, she's handing me 500 fucking five $100 bills. She goes, I believe you and I believe everything you say. But she goes, we're going to come down there and we're going to make sure that you purchase these tickets with this money and whatever's left over, I want you guys to, I'm going to send someone down there and I want some guys to help you guys fill up a care package, to help you get to, like some non-perishable food items and it'll get you there. And I said, no problem. So I go down there, purchase the tickets, and I call her up, and I tell her to come down, make sure it's real. And we had to wait like another almost day before this bus went out on the route all the way to, we went to Tulsa, to Denver, to Boise, Idaho, it's Seattle, to Portland, to Boise, to Denver, to Panhandle, and basically what I'm just trying to say, and for people to hear, is just I'm weird and I'm nuts, and I just love questions.
All right, we'll end it there, I guess, on this first one.
Oh, yeah, I've done more than that, dude. Look at this.